Welcome to episode 1 of the Innerwave Journey. Now, this brand was first thought of in around November of 2025 when I had a conversation with ChatGPT. Back when I was trying to figure out a way to create a reliable source of income that did not require me to work a 9 to 5. And speaking of ChatGPT, it gave me the great idea of starting a clothing brand. And with that idea, I ran with it, going to Reddit to search for graphic designers. And in Reddit, I was successful in finding graphic designers. And in January, I started the design process. And it was also during this time that I got my ideas for my own manga. It caused me to change my name from Innerwave to Innerwave Studios, as I was putting out more than just clothing. But also at that time, I was eager and not really putting too much thought into my designs. So I was just giving my design to designers, not really thinking too much about it, and they would finish in like 1 to 2 days. So then I sat down, looked at my designs, and reached back out to my designers, asked if they could redo some of the designs that are already done. And usually, when I come up with a design, I would store it in my notes. And the designs that I wanted to get done right away, I would send to my designers to have them done at that moment. Now, here are 2 designs that I got redone because I wasn't satisfied with the way that it had came out. And also, around January, I would say, I registered my business for an LLC and got all the paperwork that I needed to get done ahead of time, so it wouldn't be a burden to do later on after I started selling already. Now, fast forward to now, probably sitting on around about 5 to 6 designs, I would say. And I have 2 designers right now working on my logo and 3 other designs that I'm waiting on for my first drop. Yeah, for my first drop, I plan on doing around 8 to 9 designs. And those designs would be for regular and long sleeve t-shirts, which I will be doing through Pod or print on demand. And with clothing, there are 2 routes to go. You can go the Pod route, print on demand, or you can go do both. First, we're going for Pod. Pod, also known as print on demand, is a business model where your designs are printed only after a customer places an order, which means that you don't waste any money on inventory nor print things up front. So how Pod works is you upload your design to your store, like Shopify, then the customer buys a shirt. Then the Pod company prints your design on the shirt and ship it to the customer, and you keep the profit after cost. Now we'll go over the pros and the cons of Pod. Pros: 1. No upfront inventory, which means you don't have to spend money on orders and wait for them to sell. 2. Low startup costs, which means you can easily launch with designs and a website, with no warehouse or bulk orders required. 3. Easy to test designs, meaning you could throw up a couple designs on your website, see what people are feeling, and then double down on those designs. 4. Hands-off fulfillment. You don't print, package, or ship any orders, leaving you to focus on branding, marketing, and content. Now we'll go over the cons. 1. Lower profit margin. So let's say a shirt costs around $15 to $20 and you're selling for $28. That means you'll be looking at around $8 to $13 profit each shirt, which is lower than bulk. 2. Less control over quantity, meaning you depend on the supplier for print quality, shirt feel, and shipping speed. But luckily for me, I'll be ordering samples. Alright, my bad. 3. Slower shipping since the items are made after purchase. Although you can purchase faster shipping, that still doesn't take away from the mandatory production time that is required to print your shirt, which takes about 2 to 5 business days, or sometimes even longer. So even though there is a faster shipping option, the product still has to be made to print. 4. Limited customization. For instance, customizing things like neck tags, special packaging, premium branding are not fully possible with most Pod manufacturers. Now that we have gone over Pod, print on demand, let's move to bulk. Now, of course, bulk is the opposite of Pod, allowing you to order a large quantity upfront, around 50 to 500 shirts, print designs using manufacturers, and store inventory yourself. So here's how bulk works. 1. You choose a blank. Let's use a shirt as an example. 2. Send designs to a manufacturer. 3. They print in bulk. 4. You receive all inventory. 5. You ship orders yourself or use a fulfillment center. Now let's go over the pros and cons of bulk. Pros: 1. Higher profit margins. So let's say a shirt costs $6 to $10 in bulk and you sell for $28. Now you're looking at around $18 to $22 in profit per piece. 2. Better quality control. You choose fabric, print method, screen print, puff print, embroidery, and fit and weight. 3. Stronger branding, allowing you to add neck tags, custom packaging, and cards and stickers. 4. Faster shipping. Since the items are already made, orders ship quicker. 1. High upfront cost. Depending on your situation, you may be spending around $500 to $2,000 just to start. Although there's definitely cases where people started with less. 2. Risk of unsold inventory, which would be tragic if you order 50 plus blanks and only sell one shirt. But I personally believe any brand can see success as long as they're marketing and being consistent with their brand. 3. Storage and shipping. You have to store inventory, package orders, and ship or pay for fulfillment if you big money and have a warehouse. Now, me personally, I do believe bulk is the way to go because of the customization and the ability to interact with customers and overall the ability to be hands-on from the jump. But even while saying that, I would start off using pod, but that would be only for my first drop with the t-shirts where I'll test the waters out. But eventually I will move it to bulk at the time of my second drop. I thank you for watching episode 1 of the Innerwave Journey. I'll be seeing you again in episode 2. Now remember, create your inner wave.